Hello. Welcome to another episode of Thinning Mist, Gathering of Branches. You might notice that we have two. That's because we have two. Megan will be off, I think, for the remainder of Thinning Mist. And then we'll see where Megan will be coming back from there. But I'm going to keep Megan over with the Salisbury gang for the next episode because something GM torment. That happens. Let's go ahead and do some introductions. We'll start with Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Rebecca and I play Owen, and she's had a time over the last few episodes. But yeah, half-bay lady who loves Summerland and is suspicious of her mother.
All right. Beatrice.
I'm Emily. I play Beatrice. I feel like we can drop the somewhat competent. I feel like I'm mostly competent. She is
Moving up
she's an enchantress. And sometimes a jerk, as evidenced by last episode. So she's doing great. Listen, we can't. Baby steps, guys. Baby steps.
Baby.
Bob, I think you're
muted.
You're muted.
That makes sense. Anyone who's chiming in for the first time, this is Pendragon version 5.2. Because Pendragon 6 isn't out yet. We hacked in rules from an earlier Pendragon related to magic, so we took magic and brought it back from a previous one, especially with this game. What sets this game apart from Pendragon is, well, to be honest, it's not really Pendragon as described. Pendragon as described really emphasizes knightly play, and has sort of some options and features for noble ladies. It doesn't really play into anything else. In this game, we have a commoner enchantress or witch, a half-fae lady, and a common-born, previously esquire, now knight. So we are really looking at a different style of Pendragon game with this, and one that emphasizes themes that one might have experienced in, say, the Mist of Avalon books, or themes of Morgan Le Fay, that kind of vibe. Where the other game focuses, my other game of Pendragon focuses on Excalibur and King Uther and the future of Arthur. This game focuses a lot more on the magical kingdom of Summerland, magic in general, paganism, and the Ladies of the Lake. All right. And we have a distracted group playing tonight. I'm just kidding.
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. I'm sorry.
I'm miming and emoting, and I happen to have a magic wand in front of me, so I was just like, "Ooh."
Okay, I didn't know what that was. It looked like a flag for a second. I was like,
it's still in the
wave that flag.
It's still in the package.
Yeah.
Wave it wide and high.
Okay.
Yep. All right, let's pick up with a few things. So to describe this for Iranwi is currently away. We'll figure out where she is away at a later time. Right now, she is away on some sort of errand. But I'm going to use Book of Solos to figure out what that errand is. So we'll do that another time. Let's dive in with these characters and do stuff.
Let's do stuff.
So when we last left off, you had just recently overcome a very big challenge. In Summerland, you experienced a strange convergence of the realm of the fairy and your own lands. And that barrier being too close meant that a new rival came. Said rival's people killed Lady Olwen's love interest slash best friend, somewhere in there. Best friend more than love interest?
Editorializing.
Yeah.
Yes.
More best friend. More pitiful. So
Stop it. Be nice.
He died
He tried his
bravely.
best.
He died bravely. Just like in life, he tried his best. And Olwen made some decisions regarding that. One of which was
I made choices too.
Yeah. Was to hand over his father, his Denethor-esque father, to the Unseelie to be tormented for who knows how long. Maybe forever. In the process, though, Olwen also credited Merciful in a test, and we learned that Olwen's response to that was sort of guilt and remorse, and or more so, never wanting to repeat that kind of cruelty. Which could have been a villain arc for Olwen if that role worked out.
It could have been a villain arc for Olwen.
For Beatrice, Beatrice was paramount in establishing the protective barrier again between the enemy lands of the Mudlands and her home county of Summerland. And a great battle took place where Eronwi, who's absent today, recovered an old relic and weapon of her people, the Debunai tribe. Anything else I'm missing?
No, that's a lot.
Don't think so. Do we know how long it's been for healing rate and such?
We'll go over that.
Some of us got nicked.
We'll go over that shortly.
Okay.
I want to do a couple of scenes.
Oh, yeah.
The first scene is with Beatrice right after the events. I always scare you. All I have to do is mention your name.
Listen, I live on a constant level of fear when we play. Just varies the level.
It's with your sister.
We're honestly gonna have to get us
okay, that's
heart
less
monitor.
scary.
So with Nimue, you have an opportunity to talk to her while she's literally right with you. Though the sleep will be setting in soon, of course, for y'all. She looks distracted and she's kind of going about her business. Again, you feel that disconnect of really knowing that to you, you're kind of like her acquaintance more than her sister at this point, right? Like,
yeah,
it's like you ever had those relatives you see 5 times in your life? Like right now, I think you're on number 3 time of seeing her, and she's had a memory. So
yeah,
she smiles your way, but doesn't really move to engage. But I think you had expressed maybe wanting to talk to her a bit at the end of the episode.
Yeah, I think so.
Doesn't have to be a specific
I had just been
agenda.
hit by a spear. I believe, because I just thrown the child. So it was probably in response to the fact that I literally took her and just chucked
That's right.
her.
Forgot that.
I just
What would you
threw
do
her
if
into
there was
the
a child right in front of you?
and I took a spear to the arm for it.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll probably to my detriment, but this is Beatrice. She's probably just gonna attempt to pull said spear out and walk towards her sister, who she's just thrown.
Okay.
and I will offer her a hand.
She gets up and I think she sees the blood and says, I allow me to help you.
Only if you want to. If not, I can figure it out.
She will do so. She doesn't do so.
She tries.
Yeah.
Oh no.
18's a
She
pretty
tried
high.
her best.
Yeah, Bijou's going to kind of watch her attempt and watch it not work.
It's more the javelin that's sticking out of your arm still. It's making it very difficult for her. She's trying to get it out, and it's too big for her. Like she's I think 11.
She's a full
we
child.
established. Yeah.
I'll kind of put my hand on hers to kind of like stop her kind of from trying.
She'll just stop.
It'll get easier the more you practice at it.
I'm usually good at this, but
sometimes you're not that this is the moment because there's a javelin in the way, but sometimes even if you're good at something, you can majorly mess it up. Even if you're great at it, sometimes you'll suck, and it'll suck, but I'm not sure they necessarily teach you that there, but believe me, through a whole lot of trial and error, sometimes even when you're good at something, it doesn't work. But you did well today.
She looks a little lost at that. You can tell she's not used to failing. Like it seems to really be hitting her.
Failure's part of it. Living. I mean, everyone here's failed more than a few times. Cadwy's failed. Olwen's failed. Aranwi's failed. I failed. The princess failed. The Mudlord just failed. Everyone. Everyone
like
does. Is what I'm meaning to say. Even immortal mud-based beings. Sometimes it happens and you start over.
Right.
They won't tell you that, I don't think.
You should see someone about that before you bleed out.
Yeah. I feel like every time I meet you, I dump like 3 or 4 life lessons and then walk away.
She considers that. I guess you're just trying to make up for lost time, right?
I mean, yeah, I don't really get the privilege of raising you. Which, let's be real, our mother wasn't exactly the raising type. So, it would have been me. Still, it's nice to know you're taken care of.
She looks back to the few other ladies at the lake that are here. I'm treated well.
I know you are, and I know you'll be different than me. Because you're raised by them, but there's a loss that I wasn't expecting. I guess.
Loss? What loss?
I would have gotten to grow up with you, to raise you. You'll be better than me in any case, but you would have been better then too.
Wouldn't Mother have raised me?
Yeah, but I would have taught you the important stuff.
I see.
I think she might have handled the magic stuff, but at least round one of her raising a child, I like to believe we would have had fun.
You know, I see you with Lady Olwyn and Iranmi all the time.
Yes.
They're both nobles, at least now. They're both nobles.
They are.
Do you think I should... A noble's worth trusting. I mean, they aren't exactly kind to their commoners very often.
Nobles are just people with more money. You can't trust all people. But some of them are worth it. They're worth it. Melis is a jerk, but he's worth it. They're people. Cadwy's afraid. His son is hurt. Olwen is still growing up. Ranwi's learning the line between being grown up and still being young, I think. You just kind of, the longer you watch them, the more you realize that they're just people. Know the person first.
Right.
If they prove that they're a good person, then they're a good person.
It seems like good advice.
Well, some of them are jerks, and they deserve to be kicked down a notch. But
How do you know which ones to trust?
I'll lean in closer. I don't. It's a leap of faith, I guess. That's hoping that they're good. But I didn't really have a choice with Olwen and around me. I was kind of just thrown into being around them, but they're good. I trust them. I kind of trust Cadwy. I don't really know what he's doing most of the time. I trust a whole lot of knights now. I trust the prince. I trust a whole lot more people than I thought I was going to.
What about when you first meet them?
Watch what they do, how they treat people around you. But people can change too. I watched a man kill another man in front of me, and he is vastly different now. Well, maybe he's not different, but he at least owns it.
Murder?
Yeah. But he's never been anything other than what he is. He looks out for himself, and he has changed in that he is now utterly devoted to his lady.
I see.
I changed. I don't know if you remember how angry I was the first time we saw each other. I'm pretty sure I threatened to kill the ladies of the lake. So that would have gone great.
What made you do that?
Threaten them?
Yeah.
Or change?
Threaten them.
They had you. And I told them that if they ever betrayed you, hurt you, or I found that you were in any way not all right, that I would make them fear me.
She's doing this thing now where she's like kind of averting her eyes and looking around. She says, I should go.
Take care of yourself, Nimue.
You too.
Oh, I'll try. I make no guarantees.
And she leans in a little bit.
Yes.
There's a lot I don't know. And even more that I can't tell you.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't trust Nineveh when you see her again.
I don't suppose you can tell me what she's done.
Nothing. Nothing yet.
Did she do something to you?
No.
Make no mistake. I know what Nineveh is. As a person. I'll watch her. If she harms you, or even threatens to harm you, I have no doubt you can handle it. But feel free to call me. Send someone for me. I took down their wards once, I can figure it out again.
I don't think she's a threat to the Order. She's part of us. But there's room for our own agendas and things. So long
There's room
as...
for what? I'm sorry.
Our own agendas.
Okay.
So long as we follow our rights.
What's your agenda? What do you want? Get that that's a hard question at your age.
I just want to learn. There's a lot about this world I don't understand.
Yeah. That is a very you answer.
Well, take care of yourself.
You too.
All right.
I'd also at some point like to apologize. We don't need to RP it if you don't want to. Just a general apology to the man I offended directly before the battle.
Who's that again?
That was
No.
100% my list.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I offended the heck out of that poor man.
And you're going to. What is driving your apology?
Guilt. She. So the comment that she had made, instead of saying something nice, was he had asked if his mother had anything to say to him, or had sent anything for him, and she said, "You are your mother's son," which was not the nicest thing to say to him. And he looked hurt and left the room. So
She was super frustrated.
Through, yeah. And so I think it's a little recognition of like, oh, I shouldn't say things like that. And like the guilt of like, oh no, I said something I shouldn't have in that moment. If it's not possible, I get it. I also get not RPing it just as a general. She makes the effort to do that.
I'm gonna need you to test merciful for me.
Oh, Jesus. That's the real test for Beatrice. Oh, I got it. Guys, I got a point in merciful. Look at me.
Ooh.
I succeeded.
Yay.
I used to be more cruel than merciful, but apparently at some point I evened that out.
You can tick merciful. All right. We're gonna move on. We're going to go to. I'm gonna skip forward. For a scene here. When you get back to Barrow Crest Manor, you see like things. Actually, no, we'll move on beyond that because I don't think that's necessary. As we zoom in on Barrow Crest Manor in October, near harvest, you see a nearly sort of like reconstructed village. And to no one's kind of surprise, you see a somewhat put together, not quite completed. The only thing left to fix is a new construction, a chapel. Rickard will be staying in town.
Yay.
At least until this is established.
Cool.
But as we move into the next scene, this is going to take place the night before Samhain.
Yeah.
And it scares everybody, but the Goblin Knight enters, not going as far as the town, but going into the Barrow Vale, crossing the Barrow Vale with no weapon in hand, because otherwise he would be in breach of. So you get news of this. Well, actually, do you get news of this? Give me an intrigue.
Probably better.
Test.
Oh.
Well, at least you can't fail. You can fumble skills really hard.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna say you miss him. You miss the opportunity. You miss the opportunity to speak to him, but you're given a letter. Who would have retrieved it? Probably Branwyn. She looks annoyed even having to bring it to you.
I'm sorry, Branwyn. I've just been so busy. I've been overseeing so many things.
And she looks annoyed because she had to interact with the Goblin Knight.
I know.
Lady Owen. Here. So she doesn't look particularly happy as she says, here.
What's this?
I promised I would bring it to you. And you know, she doesn't sound
It's Branwyn.
pleased by anything. She wears her feelings on her sleeve as per usual.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Reading it.
Okay, you have read, right? It's a skill?
I do, yes.
You don't have to test it. Well, test it, but you don't need it to read it. Test it because it might go up. Just from...
Yeah. It might, but... Ooh.
Or you just fumble again.
God.
It lights on fire when you unravel it. No, I'm just kidding.
Ah!
Spontaneously combusts.
Yeah.
Where? Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's okay. Doesn't get ticked, but you can read it just fine. Just takes a little bit longer. It's from your mother.
Script. Yeah.
You have a formal invitation to visit her court in Imble, February.
Is this my gift? Is this what this was?
The invitation says that the gift was received and the gift is effectively like very generous, and she is moved to meet with you and wishes you to attend her court with whomever sort of with your entourage, she kind of says.
Oh. I think as Olwen is reading this, she just gets paler and paler as it goes on, and she's just like, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. And sweats. What? How does she sign it, by the way? Like, or describe, like, how does she call herself? Because I know that everybody...
Because it's to you, it's signed Mother.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my... Wow. That's... I... Boy. I do not know how to feel about this. Like, why is she suddenly calling herself my mother? Like, last time we spoke, from what I remember, she didn't seem to want to have anything to do with me, and now she's calling herself my mother. Branwyn, is she still there, or is she fucked off?
She's standing there.
Who delivered this? I mean, I have an idea, but
She raises a brow. I assume that was a love letter from your goblin knight. He's the one who delivered it, after all.
oh, if it was a love letter, are you sure that it would be from him and not from anyone else?
She raises a brow. I don't know what you're getting at.
Me neither. I don't know. What do you know? What else would I be? Anyway, it's not, but it is an invitation to the Unseelie Court on Imble.
Why on earth would you go to the Unseelie Court? And why would you be invited?
Well, Bremen, I trust you a lot. If I tell you something, will you?
She just looks at you.
Um.
Yes, I swear on my honor as a knight, she says.
I'm not fully human.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm part over there. I didn't know at first. I only found out, honestly, a few years ago.
I see.
Maybe it's just a courtly thing to have people over. I'm just gonna tuck the letter away.
Even if you consider interacting with fairies again on purpose, why would you interact with the Unseelie?
Now,
I'm not one to look at things in simple terms of good and evil, but they're one group particularly torments us. You've heard the stories of the Unseelie. What good can come from meeting with them?
They did help us out in the battle. And I mean, I feel like the Goblin Knight and I are maybe not friends, but...
Friends?
Well, not friends, but at least not quite fully enemies. I mean, we've spoken.
She buries her head in her hand.
I mean, he's helped me a lot of times when he wouldn't have to.
You sure he's not just helping himself?
What would he have? What would I be able to give him? He just sees the fairy in me.
I need to go. She says, by your leave, my lady.
Of course, Lady Branwyn, or Dame Branwyn. I understand.
I think you know enough about her to know that she's just being hot-headed right now versus
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
She's not mad at me. She's just overwhelmed and doesn't know what to do.
Yeah. And I think just to interchange that scene a little bit, as just as Branwyn is leaving in a huff, like Beatrice, you're walking past her to go see Olwen at that exact moment.
You know, that's suspicious.
What, Branwyn leaving in a huff? I mean, I feel like that's how most of the conversations end. And she's immediately just like, oh,
all of our conversations and Beatrice in a huff. She's going to walk in. How have you managed to make Branwyn angry?
How is she not angry? Just, you know, as
She
gets
seemed
when
angry.
She always seems angry. It's part of what I like about her. She's very headstrong and
She's
confident, and
she's gruff, but like, okay. In retrospect, I might not want to know. I might be good with not knowing.
Oh gosh, you don't want to know? That makes me want to tell you more.
Yeah, no, please don't.
Beatrice, let me tell you everything.
Yeah.
I don't know, do you want to know or not?
I mean, see, now I feel like I have to know, because now it sounds like it's something bad.
Well, you know how the Unseelie came to help us?
Yes.
She's invited me to Imble.
She as in
who?
She,
as in her, as in the unkind one, the one whose name we don't say.
So I know enough about lore. See, Beatrice still doesn't know any of this. You haven't told Beatrice a single thing.
No, I think Winnet knows about my parentage, and I think that's it. Because we haven't fully established like what exactly happened when Olwen came back from our little trip.
So, out of curiosity, how much would Beatrice know who she's referring to, or is it still not enough information?
What's been explained in character, I guess that would be the real...
In character, all that Olwen has given me is her, the bad one, the one who we don't talk about.
I think that's who you're assuming, then.
Okay. So, I'm gonna sit down. She sits in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get this straight. The Unseelie fought with us, which is already a little concerning, because it doesn't seem like they do something for nothing. Not that I don't appreciate it, because it was very much appreciated. But now their queen sent you an invitation? Why?
It's a good thing you're already sitting down, Beatrice.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, why not? What's going on?
Do you remember when I disappeared for a while?
Mm-hmm.
I went over there.
You what?
I ran into Terry. I didn't exactly know what I was doing, but I didn't mean to. I just sort of ended up there.
Okay.
And Beatrice, I know you can keep a secret because you kept your own for so long. I might actually be a fairy princess.
I'm. How exactly?
Well, I don't know if they do things hereditarily down there or what, but generally I think royalty is based on I'm focusing on the wrong thing, trying to be cheeky. She's my mom.
Oh no.
And I think Mafonwe's my sister, which is even worse. I mean, it's great. It's great. It's great that I like Mafonwe. I like Mafonwe a lot, but yeah, I know.
The Unseelie Queen is your mother. She sent troops for you.
Maybe not really.
Now she's trying to invite you to her court.
Yeah.
You can't go.
But what if she sees
I
rejecting her as a slight?
send her a letter back. I don't know. But like normally I'm all for connecting with your family or like being connected with your family, but this might be the instance that breaks me. Absolutely not.
You don't have to come.
I mean you're not going. She is literally the worst being that we have ever heard of.
Yeah.
We're not going to have dinner with her. You saw what Rickard and Mellis looked like when they got back from there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they're traumatized, both of them.
she has my brother.
How do you know that?
Yes. Because he showed me.
Okay, so your mother's weird, messed up way of reconnecting with you is giving you a bunch of stuff while also the threat that she has your brother.
Could get him out. If I was there.
You can't get him out now. We had to give so much just to get Melvis back. Rickard got back on an accident.
He's my brother.
I get that he's your brother, and I would burn down the world for my sister, and I barely talk to her. But we can't just go in there and go to dinner and expect her to give you another thing. She wants something from you.
I didn't say we trade.
I assume she's going to want something. She's not just going to give him to you.
Yeah.
And we don't have the capabilities to sneak him out.
Contested intrigue, both of you.
Let's go. Fight me in intrigue, Rebecca.
Eat me.
Uh-oh. Okay, so, Beatrice, you can take intrigue here.
Oh, thank God.
When you say that, when you're like, she's going to want something from you,
Yeah.
there, you know when you catch someone in a lie or something like that, you see a look of guilt go over Olwen's face for a minute. It doesn't really necessarily make sense because, like, you don't know what, but there seems to be, there seems to be.
How long has she been in contact with you?
Since I left Ferry.
And she's...
No. I'm saying since I left Ferry, this is the first time.
The troops?
It was Goblin Night.
Okay, so troops weren't her.
I don't know.
That was Goblin Knight. Who also arguably you shouldn't be friends with.
Yeah, you're probably
You talk to him a lot. You shouldn't be talking to him. I get that you like him, and I get that that's the fairy side of you, and you want to connect so bad, but he's not the option. Your mother's not the option.
I mean, not that... I haven't seen my family in a really long time. And I know that they're different courts, and that she wasn't necessarily watching me. But it's been years, I think. And now that I know that she's also... I'm worried.
She's a fairy. Time is different to her. It could have been 10 minutes. Do you remember when we were in there? It had been 3 years.
I only got what, 4 months?
We
to
have
think this through?
No ability to protect you. We have nothing to bargain with. Oh, and I hate to be the harsh one, but I usually am, so I'm going to do it anyway. This isn't feasible. We can't protect you. We have nothing to bargain with. We literally would go in there empty-handed. And what she would do to any of us, if she tricked any of us into being trapped there, based on the stories, we would beg for death.
And I think at this point, like, with Beatrice saying all this, she's thinking of her brother who's going through it. She's thinking of Garanwi, who she's subjected to it, and she's just kind of inconsolable, just kind of dissociating and processing all of this.
We can try to get your brother, but I don't think it's going to happen in 4 months. That's my honest opinion. You're the lady, you get to make the decision. But I'm not about to let you walk in there and just hand yourself over.
What if she really... What? Can I do trusting versus suspicious of my mom?
You can test suspicious of mom versus trusting fairies.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Okay. So 20. Fuck.
Did trusting wait?
So, I think the way this plays out is you're confident enough in like the fairy sort of courtesies and etiquette that you wouldn't be invited here to be tortured. You're. Oh, I think we lost Rebecca.
Rebecca,
Brief break. It's a good time.
Breathe.
Okay, so we are back. Where we briefly left off without the technical difficulty dance, we caught it ahead of time. You're kind of left at a point, Olwyn, where you know a bit about fairies. Like, keep in mind, like the courts and all of the politics and intricacies, it would be like having its own specific intrigue score of fairies. Like, you don't know how all that works. I've been very vague on that on purpose. It's not common knowledge to any human, right? But what you do know is you know what fairies are known for, and they're known generally for there's a sense of honor even amongst the Unseelie. Not much of one. They prefer chaos. But a formal invitation from a former Seelie fairy would be but you're certain, like, you're like, she wouldn't invite you just to trick me, right? Like, she wouldn't, like, she might have something up her sleeve, but like, she's not gonna trap us there. Like, not after
if she really wanted to trap me, she would have just like said the goblin night, be like, hey, the next time you speak with her,
trap
grab
her.
her. Yeah, I mean, there's better opportunities. And if she really wanted to get all of my friends, all she'd have to do is grab me and ransom me off. But she sent me a formal invite, Beatrice. Like, that's not nothing.
She's not a good person.
I know. But even bad people have honor.
Awareness test.
For both of us?
Yep.
Oh God.
Fight me, Rebecca.
You're not competing each other.
I failed.
Succeeded.
When you're very absorbed in this conversation right now, Beatrice, you hear someone's footsteps coming this way.
I put up my hand to stop Owen talking.
You hear a knock at the door. Hello? Lady Olwyn.
Do I recognize the voice?
Sir Kenwyn.
Oh shit. Oh, okay. Come in.
He kind of opens the door slowly and then steps in. Ah, Beatrice.
Hello. I can leave if you need me to.
No, of course. I need you around. That's Rebecca laughing, not Olwen.
I would believe that it was Olwen anyway.
I know.
We just received a runner from King Cadwy. There's to be a Christmas feast at his keep.
Oh, lovely. How exciting. Oh, that's wonderful. We must start preparing immediately, probably, right? I mean, I know it's early, but we should definitely put all of our efforts into that, right? Now.
Of course.
Right? Yeah.
I would think it unwise not to attend. I'm just relaying the news, of course.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you so much. Lovely to see you.
1 sec.
He's fumble something?
Scratches his head at that and says, very well then. Good day. He walks out and you can hear just like slightly, he's like, how strange. And he shuts the door. It's like under his breath, but you can hear it.
strange. I was so, accommodating.
You did kind of usher him out of there real quick.
No, I said it was lovely to see him.
Are you
Anyway,
supposed to offer him something? Was there a
from my room.
not from your room? Oh, and in general, I don't know how the lady thing works. You're the lady of Barrowcrest, and he's visiting.
Oh,
You need to do something for that, or
did I roll courtesy to see if I should have done something,
you
or
should
if
have
I
shot in
did
the
something
dark of what
wrong?
courtesy is. She's like, aren't you supposed to feed him or something?
Yeah, you can test courtesy. Sure. Absolutely.
Did I do something wrong? I succeeded.
No, not necessarily. It wasn't nothing impolite. Just
Yeah.
not necessarily like you didn't kill it, but you didn't do anything wrong. If that makes any sense. Yeah.
Like, no, I mean, I did everything right.
Okay, yep, I just don't understand
It's
any
alright.
of that, really.
I mean, I could teach you more about
When
it.
am I ever going to use it?
If you marry someone who's a knight or something.
I'm not
I mean, I
getting
know
married
it's-
anytime soon, and I think
It doesn't have to
figured
be soon. I mean, if you wanted
the
to.
last time I
know
tried, a war broke out.
it's not your fault.
I mean, there's
I mean,
no proof that it
Bob, it's
wasn't.
ancient history. It's ancient Greek stuff. Like, would Helen of Troy been a thing yet?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, do you know about Helen of Troy? I mean, apparently everyone got so upset about how cool and pretty and like everyone wanted to marry her, and a war broke out because of that.
I don't think wars are breaking out over my beauty.
Well, so I mean, wars can break out over wisdom or bravery or any sort of desirability. And if you think that the war broke out because people and suitors were trying out for you,
You know,
and that's your reasoning.
I feel like quite a few of those suitors died.
That's true.
And two,
But it wasn't your fault.
it's not my fault, and I know it's not. I don't.
If you don't want to, I can respect that.
I need you not to get too excited when I say I want to.
All right.
I just need to figure some things out. I don't know.
Right. I'm not
It's
going to
not
be
for
the
the
one
same reasons.
Right, and I'm not going to be in charge of that, you know?
Earlier, it was a means to an end. Now it's just...
Yeah.
It doesn't
Something you
feel
want.
the same. If that makes sense.
I understand that. All I'm saying is if you want it to be versed in the courtesies and such, of course I'd be willing to teach you.
Oh, and I would try and learn from you, but at this point I feel like they gotta know that it's not coming with me. None of the courtesy thing.
I could teach you enough to fake it. A lot of times that's all that matters.
I mean, I haven't been faking it in front of Cadwy or his son for like any of it. And to be
Cadwy
honest,
and
I
Melwis.
haven't gotten killed yet.
Well, I mean, I feel like everyone has a little bit of jester's privilege when it comes to Cadwy and Melwis, just due to their nature. But I feel like if any of that was tried in front of anyone else, we'd be singing a different tune.
That's probably fair.
I mean,
Okay, maybe at
Cadwy's
some point enough
great.
to pretend, but ideally I just
Yeah.
like to avoid the social anything altogether.
Trust me, I understand.
Do you?
All right, that's probably a good point to move
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
The next thing I have planned is the Christmas court. I just want to check with the two of you
Yay.
first.
Hmm.
I realize Beatrice needs her new icon.
Icon.
There we go. And she's all grown up. All right.
All growing up.
So what I need from both of you to start before I move you over to everything is I need you to give me, each of you to give me your app roll to see where you're seated. Oh, actually, hold on. We're gonna pause. We're gonna deal with a couple of things first.
Okay. 22.
Let me just check something here.
Have there like moments pass, like kind of process from the previous scenes, and just like during the break, or and I was just realizing like Owen really just said "nuh-uh" to Beatrice. What? No, I didn't do anything wrong.
Totally not. Totally not.
No. How does Beatrice holding up?
Okay. So for the glory for that last battle, it was 450 glory each.
Walk, bro.
Jesus. Write that down.
I will write that down.
Remember, that goes in glory this game.
Yes.
And then...
And that's the three of us, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Or does Aron, we have a separate...
Nope, that'll be for the three of you.
We get 450 each?
Yeah. Aranmi will have additional bonuses, but I'll work on the additional bonuses
Perfect.
in game. You all will actually have some additional stuff. I believe that moves... I mean, Beatrice won't get it for this Christmas court, but I think this will be the last time that she's under 1,000 glory.
Is it?
Yep. 772
oh my gosh,
plus...
I'm a big kid. Yeah.
You will be after this winter, so...
I mean, I'm 21, so I would like to argue that I am now a big kid regardless.
And let's start with the app roll.
Oh no, poor Beatrice.
Criticaled.
Me and my 12 appearance.
Are you comfortable being above the salts, or did you want to do that temperate thing where you give up your spot?
No, I think it's been a minute, so I think I'm happy up here. Also, do I get glory for the crit on the app roll?
Yes, you do. It'd be whatever your natural trait
The
is.
natural
So
roll?
28. No, 28.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're impassioned or
28,
something,
nice.
you get 28.
Got you.
Okay. And now I need either heraldry or recognize rolls from y'all. There's a couple of guests here.
Do I have either of those?
I have both, but they are both
I have
extremely
recognized,
low.
but I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, no, it didn't work.
Okay.
Nope.
Hard nose. Okay. We'll
Hard nose.
We'll move into the scene. Oh, and you're staying above the salt, yes?
Indeed.
Let me just switch over. We shall switch over.
Switch over.
All right. So we have Lady Olwen. You're up first. This is Cadwy's situation. You both notice a couple of lords that they're not familiar faces, and where they're seated is like right at the king's table with him.
Is my aunt next to it, dude? Very rare. Oh no.
Oh no, what?
Okay. Oh no, I was just looking at like, who am I gonna talk to? And then I, Rebecca, recognized someone. Well, I think about it. How many rounds? It's a 3-round feast?
Yes, 3-round feast.
Alright. And what we eating? Where's Ricker? Is Ricker here?
Just eating dessert.
Damn it.
Nothing
Hell
else.
Alright, cool. I am gonna. Oh. I think I want to talk to. I do like. Guess I will go and speak to my aunt.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I know. But like looking around and thinking, I kind of know some people around here. There's a lot of people I don't know. She might know more about them. And the last time we spoke, it wasn't great. So.
Owen. How good to see you.
Hi. Good to see you alive and well.
Of course. It seems we did deal with that threat. Terribly sorry to hear about your friend.
Yes, well, it wasn't just my friend. It was my Uncle Squire for quite a long time.
True. Very true. I thought I had recognized him.
Yes.
Twisting the knife.
She's next. Uh,
It's all a shame, though, I'm afraid. First the boy goes missing, or first the boy passes, and now his father goes missing.
yes. Well, he was quite distraught over the loss of his son.
Indeed.
We all do things out of grief.
Pity, though,
We've
he
all
was
lost people.
very good with trade. He benefited benefited your uncle's old lands very greatly. His trade was most beneficial. It's a shame. Hopefully he returns soon.
Hopefully not so worse for wear.
I hear that Lady Gwynedd has been in King Uther's court. Has she returned yet? I'd much like to hear if some of the rumors are true.
Oh, which rumors are those?
That King Uther is maimed.
I think they are. Oh,
I think so
meanwhile-
too, but I don't always believe everything I hear until, of course, it's confirmed.
I only believe what I see. And she'll kind of smirk a little, like one of those little smiles that is just to herself, like a little smug, a little like.
I hear that you're in charge while she's away.
I am, and we've rebuilt quite a lot since the attack.
Very good. Very good. I'm so proud of you. It's such an empty
Yeah,
delivery.
I was gonna be like intrigue test, but I don't think I need to.
No.
Thank you.
Actually, you do need to
learned-
intrigue because you are talking. So this would be that case. I will give you a +5. It is your aunt after all.
It's my honor. I know she's full of shit, and I hate her.
She's not
I
exactly
don't hate
trying.
her, but
She's just being her
Yeah.
normal self.
mm.
There you go.
I succeeded on the
You've
intrigue.
confirmed she's full of
Okay.
shit.
Yes. We've been new. Right. Well, I did learn quite a bit from you.
Of course you did.
I'd like to learn a bit more if I can. Do you know anyone around here?
Who are you? What way are you pointing?
She's just, I think she's pointing to, I think these two would catch her eye because I don't think she's ever seen these folk before. And then Beer Lady. The rest are like, I think I've seen this guy before. I don't know. I don't really recognize, but
She says, "Ah, yes, and that there is King Lot of Lothian, far, far to the north, and his new bride. I hear that the two have welcomed a son recently. As for the other, I don't know her, but given that bear, I would say that she must be some sort of relation, perhaps, to the late Duke Eldol, the Duke that fought alongside our Summerlanders against Knight. He was
Okay.
a legend, really, a living legend. They say he fought his way out of the Night of Long Knives with only a table leg. A charming man.
Really?
Even into his, his hundreds.
Right. I think he shared the battlefield with us. If Aramwe is to be believed.
My grandfather was actually good friends with him. They grew up together.
Never mentioned that before.
No, never seemed to come up.
I suppose. It just seems like something that interesting.
Yes,
I suppose we never really spoke about anything worthwhile.
I am from that way, after all. I'm from Glevum, actually.
Really?
Indeed.
I think there's like a point where like Owen's actually realizing like I don't know anything about my aunt.
Yeah.
Like this is wild. And can you tell me more about you?
Of course. Perhaps over some wine one day.
Yeah. I'd like that. Conversation more than wine, probably, but if it's nice spiced wine or mead, that would. I'm not picky.
She smiles at that. Not quite used to the taste yet. I see.
It's still really bitter. I'm trying though.
She smiles. Okay. I think with that, it's busy, and someone taps her on the shoulder, and it's like two women, and Lady Leary's in there as well. Two of the ladies of the court. Leary's in there, still bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and she's talking with Melior, but not just
She'll wave.
exclusively. Yeah, she'll wave back. And we shall go to Beatrice for round one.
I have a slight question.
Mm-hmm.
I succeeded in my appearance roll. Am I still on the floor? Or would I be below the salt?
Oh, right. Because we did establish for you that you actually... how did we establish it with you not being... we said you can be seated where you roll, right? But you don't get the cards, basically. It's how we were... As a handmaiden,
yeah,
right?
so I don't get cards, yeah.
Yeah. And if
I've never gotten cards.
As a lady to be, you're not meant to sit on the floor alongside the squires, right? That's like a... Like, I don't see them doing it. So instead, you're not a servant. You are considered a handmaiden. Thanks to Owen. Otherwise, you would absolutely be on the floor every single time. So.
Well, I assume I'm sat somewhere in the mess of our knights and Olwen's relatives. And she looks about as out of place as she normally is.
Well, I was going to ask, before we go too far, who did we leave behind? Dogged, Cadwigan, Kenwyn, or Branwyn?
Someone with good stewardship.
I think we left... Like for the battle?
No, for this.
For this, like someone to watch.
Oh.
So
Dane will not stay behind, by the way. She wants to
right.
Dane's coming, whether or not her husband is, she doesn't care.
Oh, boy.
Brandon would probably be the happiest to not be there.
I was thinking
what's
that, especially given that, like, she was being extra sus of Mr. Goblin, so I think she would probably feel, like, comfortable for two different reasons. Like, one, for not having to come to the feast, and for two, being able to, like, watch out herself, you know.
Okay, so...
Because if she was here, she would just be thinking about it.
Yeah,
If Emily's cozy with that.
I'm good with it. I mean, I'm not the one who makes the decision typically, but also let's spare please Branwen this horrifying experience that she hates.
I mean, as much as I would love to torment her by making her dance again.
I feel like Beatrice is slightly jealous
That one.
Okay, so
about Branwen being able to stay back.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like Beatrice. So she knows the men across from their group are the suitors from way back when. I'd say that
Some
like,
of them,
a long
yep.
time ago.
Yeah, I mean, picture
The ones that lived.
Yeah, picture there being like dozens and dozens of people here though that aren't
okay.
on the screen. So this is names and faces that you know or I'm gonna apply somewhere, right? But there's probably 10 times this amount walking around, dancing, standing, sitting. No one passed out yet. We're still in round one.
We're still in round one.
And the whole, so if this is like a Mott and Bailey castle, right? So what is it? The Bailey is the bottom part, right? I believe. There's like a castle on the hill, and then there's the bottom part, which is like the town proper. And the town proper, there's actually a feast going on for like the common folk and stuff too. Like this is a big celebratory event for what was won.
I think I feel like I don't. So I'm going to be. She probably looks fairly lost in that, like, the people that like she normally talks to, or she would normally talk to, frankly, are like seated above her, or like not people that she needs to talk to now. Like people across from her, she doesn't really have that much initiative to go on them. So I think she like ends up, ironically, this will work very well. She ends up just like going up to Leary, who she's met once before and was very nice. So while Olwen's having her lovely conversation with her aunt,
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to talk to Leary.
Oh, Beatrice. How are things?
They're nothing if not interesting.
I would imagine so. Some of the people that have passed through my father's lands have said that the rebuilding's going very well.
It is. It is going well. Did you ever? And I assume if you're still with your father, you haven't found.
No, not yet. I still have a few months until father decides.
Yeah. Were there any you had your eye on?
Intrigue test, actually, for the whole event.
Ooh. It's already ticked.
Critical intrigue.
Intrigue likes to taunt me by doing this thing where like it gets ticked once and then it'll keep critting. But then when it comes to roll it for a year rolling over, it refuses to give me another point.
Let me just see. 1 sec. I'm gonna test one thing. Okay. You see, strangely enough, her eyes go like instinctively over to Kenwin, and then they pull away immediately. And she says, "Oh no, I'm still looking, and her eyes are following Nodins and Onfrey and all the young knights, rather than the 30-year-old dude.
Oh, poor thing. Um,
I rolled to see
You know what?
if that was the case, just to give it a chance, like 50-50 chance.
Beatrice will kind of like center herself in front of her. Why don't you introduce yourself to him?
To who?
To exactly who you're thinking about?
He's a bit old, isn't he?
I mean,
Which
we're adults.
time period, all that.
Yeah, because she's my age, right?
Yeah. And you can tell she's doing this. It's like she's sussing out what the response will be. It's like she's more concerned with how it will be taken.
We're adults, Leary. I don't think it really matters. If you love someone, you love someone.
Love him. I don't barely know him. I talked to him once.
You certainly like him.
She freezes. Right. Right.
He lives with us currently. Would you like me to introduce you? You can hold on to my arm the whole time.
She's like, well, I'd hate to. Well, I guess if you're suggesting it.
I am suggesting it.
Definitely a bit modest in her responses now that it's serious and about her versus the last time where it was definitely not that way.
Yeah.
But that's gonna eat a second round if you're gonna introduce. So you know.
Alright. Yeah. Listen, she found something to do for this feast and she'll take it.
Awesome. So as we go into round 2, Cadwy stands up and says, "Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I just wanted to introduce some of our guests from outside of Summerland, those who wish to treat and support us. I'd like to welcome Lady, I'm sorry to do this, folks, but her name is Maliri."
You had to do. The computer hates us.
Yeah. Not Leary, not Melior, it's Maliri.
Yeah.
This system, I feel like, just really wants us to never remember a single name accurately.
Lady Maliri of the County of Clarence. She smiles and says, "Yes, indeed, the Duchy of Glevum." "Right," he says, and then he turns to the others. And he says, "And of course, a foreign king that treats with us. I'd like to introduce to you King Lot and Queen Morgause."
Do we recognize the name?
Recognize, do a recognize roll. Give me a +8, we'll say.
For both
You
of
know
us?
what? You know what we'll do? Do a +5 plus your, no, you, well, I think you recognize a lot. There's not a lot to recognize there, yet. But Queen Morgause, give me a recognize roll with +8, which counts. That's counting your genealogy.
Me
+8.
too.
Yep.
Yep. That's just rude.
It's just on the top of your brain, but you're really focused on going and
So
talking to
I'm
Pendragon.
matchmaking right now.
I have
The
3
least qualified
geniality or
matchmaker.
4 right now.
You have 3. You get +2, and then the 1. The only reason Beatrice got 3 is because she critted.
Crit. Yeah, got you. Do. Worries recognize it's here. 3 plus.
Ooh. Yeah, whatever you're doing, whatever you're about to do this round is whatever. But they also Cadby says, and of course, their young son, Gawain. And with that, you see like infant, I think, maybe a toddler, in Morgaz's like keep right now. If infant, she's holding him. If toddler, he's like holding her hand and running around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's why Olwen fumbled, is because she
The baby.
saw a little baby. Like, oh, little baby.
Okay, I like it. And with that, round 2 goes to Owen.
I think Owen would like to. Let's go. Let's go check in with Grifflet, I think, because it's been a minute and Aranvi's not here, so he probably seems a little out of place.
No, Griffith does pretty well, and like he's just really content. He's just eating his pasties right now.
Yeah. Anyway, it's been a minute since we talked.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like he's not awkward. He's just very
That's good.
humming to himself, mingling where he can. Oh,
I think Owen's gonna have a pasty and just like slump down next to him and just sway to whatever he's humming.
Lady Owen.
Hi. The music was really good over here. Do you know the artist?
No, not really.
Really?
This is a tune I heard in Axbridge.
Oh, I meant you. I was saying that.
Oh.
I liked what.
Oh, right. I don't know about that.
I think it's charming. How have you been?
Things are good. Yeah. Nothing new. So, nothing new.
He's how old now?
He's nearing that age. This would be the year.
So, nothing new? No prospects pretty soon? You gonna be a knight soon?
This looks down. I don't know.
Not bad.
But
No?
an esquire isn't so bad. I mean, a couple of those guys over there are. He points at Irvin, who you remember being the one you guys.
I liked
the one that
him.
almost got the witches killed.
Oh no, I didn't like him.
No.
Didn't like him. I liked Lloyd.
Yeah. Irvin just kind of gives Grifflet a look when Grifflet points to him. Not clear on why Grifflet pointed to him.
Yeah. Irvin, or she'll just, like, when she sees the look, Owen will just do a little. But, um, I mean, no, I don't think there's anything wrong with being an esquire. It's certainly honorable. I mean, people need help. People need experienced help. And I mean, there's also in clerk work. I mean, you were a great messenger when you were with us in Summerland.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's warming on me, you know, and then maybe, well, maybe if I don't get knighted, it could happen elsewhere. I could keep trying, and then if I'm ever in a war, maybe I do something great, like like the stories.
Oh, like the stories. I mean, I think you definitely have the capacity. I mean, you're enthusiastic, right?
I think for Olwen too, that optimism you're seeing in him probably reminds you of somebody, and
Yeah, she's not projecting or substituting or anything. You know, you're doing this for you, right?
Yeah.
And not to try and impress anyone else.
Of course, I'm trying to impress people. Who doesn't try to impress people?
Well, I mean,
Have you seen the ladies over there?
yeah, they're really pretty. Definitely go for you before me.
It certainly goes a lot better to say Sir Grifflet than Grifflet Esquire. Wouldn't you agree?
I don't know. Grifflet Esquire. It makes you sound mysterious, I guess.
He just looks at you funny.
I don't know. But, I mean, yes, it's great to be a knight. I would assume I don't have the capacity for it, but I know that some people go for things because they feel an obligation, because they feel they need to live up to some sort of unspoken standard, and if they don't do it, they'll be unworthy in someone's eyes.
I suppose so.
I just want to make sure that it's all for you. Or at least you don't feel pressure to do it because you feel like you have to.
I mean, I think we all feel pressure, right? I mean, I heard
Of course.
your father's lands were taken from you. Don't you feel pressure to reclaim them? Oh, I'm sorry.
They're just lands. I mean, it'd be nice to have them, but I'd rather have family, people I care about, than just a land because it belonged to my father. Borders change. You can find an home anywhere, but you can't replace people.
Let's see if he's not the most. But that's enough. Right. Look. He puts a hand on your shoulder. Knights die. Squires die. Friends, family. I'm doing this because I need to. My reasons are my own. But I remember what his father was like, is like. that you remember my father.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the same thing. And yeah, I've got a sister I've got to be better than eventually. Because it's not right for her to be better than me.
Oh, absolutely
Right.
not.
So I've got to, I mean, I'm the youngest. Clearly the accident. So I have to prove and he does it like, you can tell he's just making
Yeah.
shit up. Like he's not
Mhm.
serious about any of this.
Right.
Maybe a little bit self-defeating, but like in
Yeah.
a way that you can tell he's joking around.
It's yeah.
I've got stuff to prove, for sure, but it's for me, not for someone else. Though, if you could maybe not tell around me that I'm coming for her, I don't want her to, I want her to be caught off guard when I surpass her.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, some of my best friends are gunning for her, aren't we? Or not gunning, but rivals with her.
All right, and with that, someone clears their throat and approaches Olwen, and we're going to pause that for the GM portion.
Okay.
And we're going to go to Beatrice.
Do I need to roll anything for that, or did I?
Oh yeah, what was your intention? We should start with that early when you go.
Yeah.
I suppose was that an attempt at intrigue, I guess, because you're trying to suss out the sincerity of it. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, that works.
As much as it'd be fun to roll something else, I think.
I would be murdered. I would be murdered in my sleep.
Alternatively, temperate. You can make a temperate roll there if you wanted to look after Griffith's well-being. Like that's a feast action.
Yeah.
Making sure he's
fed. I like that. I like that, especially when she was coming over. She had the foods. So if I succeed, we'll say that I brought some with me.
Ooh.
I do not succeed. Oh well. Just for me.
Or maybe not quite enough.
Yeah.
It's like
probably she came over with a pasty and she realized here you go.
Yeah.
Here you go, buddy.
They're always first to go. One of those kind of things.
They're so good.
Yeah.
It's just all the bream, they got this little salt on top. It's so good.
Okay, Beatrice, round 2.
Let's set some people up, my dudes.
Right.
I'm clearly the best person to do this. Yeah, this is gonna be the most Beatrice introduction to anyone.
Oh, I'm sure.
I feel bad for this girl. This is your wingman. She sucks. So I'm going to link arms with Leary and approach Kenwyn. And she's just going to kind of, because Kenwyn's with their kind of entourage at this point. Yeah. He lives with them. He's used to Beatrice just appearing, hopefully. And she's going to come up and just say, Sir Kenwyn.
Right, for hilarity's sakes too, let's see how Beatrice does with this courtesy roll up.
Oh no.
So
I wanted it to be intrigue so bad, and the more y'all were going through the last scene, the more I was like, oh, this is an intrigue. I have to see this.
I'm gonna give you a +5 because Kenwyn, and then you can apply
+5 altogether.
No, geniality as well, so +8 total.
So +8.
Oh, buddy. It's so on brand. It's so on brand. Role. The dice really said no matter. They're no amount of help.
So that doesn't determine whether or not this works. It determines whether or not you have the most Beatrice way possible. So please proceed with your most Beatrice way possible.
Okay. So I had a plan. Getting rid of that plan. There was going to be some kind of conversation. There isn't now. Sir Kenwin.
Really nice out there, isn't it? Yeah. Anyways, here's.
Anyway, here's a girl. God, I feel so bad for her. Here. Yeah, she literally just like walks up next to him. It's like, Sir Kenwin.
Oh, Beatrice. Hi. Are you enjoying yourself?
This isn't really my thing.
Right.
I come for the sake of Olwen, or the lady, when she's here. So, I wanted to introduce you to a friend of mine. She came to Barrowcrest before everything kind of fell apart. This is Lady Leary.
Oh yes, Leary, Lady Leary. I recognize you from. Well, anyways, you realize that he probably recognized her from the raid. And
yeah, she
short.
tried not to say raid, but that is precisely the last time they saw each other.
But I think specifically he recognized her from that particular event, like during the raid. He's like, "Oh yeah, I read. Oh, well,
Trauma bonding."
She says nothing. She just freezes.
I try to subtly kick her in the leg, like nudge her leg with mine,
which goes really like. That's where like. Where you tap her or whatever, she kind of like stumbles a bit. She's like, "Hi, and what are you doing from here?"
This is super endearing. This is the cutest thing I've ever had. Like, I don't care if it's awkward. It's so cute. Lady, I remember that it was during the raid, and we were having to have people defend and people escort. Did he escorted, right? Because we didn't leave him with the castle by himself.
No, he stayed behind, I think, because it was his.
Okay.
He's Gwyned's cousin, so.
I got this. Guys. So she'll say, Leary was just telling me how she had remembered your bravery during the raid. When you stayed behind with us. Right, Leary? Pointed look at her.
Right, yeah. Your bravery when you helped with the the fires and coordinating people and fighting off the enemy. He's like, right, indeed. Troubling times, those. Sorry that you had to be there for them. What is Beatrice doing at this moment? She's sticking around?
She is looking between them and hoping that a conversation of some kind starts so she can leave. She doesn't want to be part of this anymore.
Just for hilarity's sake.
Oh God.
Let me see if I'm gonna do that. Yes. You have a tap on your shoulder. And with that, we're gonna move to the
Bob,
GM actions.
I express that I love you as our storyteller. I hate you in this moment.
That's fair.
You are a lovely, amazing person. I hate you in this moment.
That's fair. I'll accept that. So we'll start with Lady Leary. So she had just had patiently waited for Olwen and Griffith And then as things look like they settled, she managed to insert herself into the conversation. Milady?
Milady?
I recognize that coat of arms.
Why? It was father's.
Right. Milkford, yes? In Salisbury?
Indeed. Aye.
Our fathers were friends. I remember playing with your brother when I was younger. She doesn't elaborate, and you can tell that's like an expert diplomat move because knights die. And so do boys in general a lot. So, and girls and animals, anything that lives.
Yep. Everybody poops.
It's a deadly life these days. Most people don't survive the winters. So.
Your father was Lord
Right.
Elfo?
I'm gonna roll. Find out. Let's go with the big 1,000 name one. Lord Sir Morcar.
So then Eldor was your grandfather then? I assume. Something. His.
Not quite actually. I am, though keen eyes and well done, I am in service to my sister-in-law, and my husband serves her, and as do I.
See?
So that would be her, like
her brother. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, the sister-in-law's brother.
Lady Helly is the rightful heir of the Duchy of Glevum. And I thought I would, come to our neighbors and meet and greet. I happened to recognize your coat of arms. I thought I would say hi. Glad to see that you're thriving.
My best, given the circumstances, you know.
So I might ask, and forgive me if this comes off in any way crude. I heard that the Summerlanders didn't particularly like the people of Salisbury.
Well, I mean, and forgive me if I come off as the same, although I didn't think you were untoward at all, given everything that happened. I can't say that I blame most of them.
Of course, and just simply mean that must be, well, it's good and strange to see a noble lady from Salisbury here in Summerland.
Well, Summerland's my home now, and has been for a while.
A husband?
Has been.
Oh.
No, I'm not married.
I see.
I haven't found the right person yet.
Well, I happen to know a great many knights from Clarence, from the county of Clarence, if you should ever wish to visit. We'd be more than happy to have you. We have a simple manner, but we do host feasts from time to time.
Yes, I think that would be lovely. I'd love to join you sometime.
Absolutely. I will I will be sure to let Lady Helly know that of your hospitality, and thank you for your kind words.
If you ever find yourself in Summerland, their request in specifically, feel free to stop by, and it'll be offered in more ways that I can.
And if you should ever find yourself in Corinium, please feel the same.
I will, of course, call upon you.
All right, and then we go to Beatrice and the tap on the shoulder.
Oh Lord.
Oh
Looking
no.
for Ronwy. Yeah, I'm going to, as I turn, just like gently nudge. We're not kicking anymore. Gently nudge Leary towards Kenwyn, and she's just going to say, "I'll be right back. Feel free to get to know each other better. Whatever you want to do." And she does her like abrupt turn and leave. And free, right?
Oh, you remember my name. Of course.
I do.
You're Beatrice. Yes, the apothecary's aide, and the handmaiden of Owen.
I am.
You were involved in that chanting circle in the battle.
Yeah, I was.
I'm,
You were in the fighting, weren't you?
I was, indeed. He's looking around the whole time. I'm looking for Dame Iranwi. We have some words we have not shared. Do you know where I might find her?
She's not here, Sir Anfrey.
See. And well, where is she? Back in Barrowcrest?
I don't entirely know.
Oh, you don't, I see. That must be
She had
left
worked.
to the noble ladies.
Had...
Is Lady Owen aware then?
No. She had an errand to run. We don't know where that takes her.
I see. Well, it's hardly time to dawdle around here. I should return to my room. Excuse me. With that, he bows your way and then exits.
I don't think she goes back to check on Larry. I think she goes when she sits down.
Okay. I will do this. Oh. You turn back and you see them dancing.
Oh.
Like it doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it seems that he must have, or she must have asked him, one or the other. But
I'm gonna plot myself between Doggin and Cadrigan, who arguably know me at this point, and she's just going to be like, "All right, I've had enough. I'm ready for someone to free me from this."
all right.
And she's just going to like put her head down on the table. She's done.
She's done. My work is done. I'm exhausted.
She looks angry though. She's like angry, but like also like, I did a thing.
You did a thing.
I'm also mad. I hate these things. I'm like...
Lady Dane hands you a pasty.
She doesn't even pick up her head. She just like takes it and eats it looking at the floor. You know when you put your forehead, when in school they told you to put like your foreheads on the desk and you like looked at the floor? That's what she's doing.
Yeah. Awesome. Round 3, we go to Olwen.
Oh. Well, I'm about to add to Beatrice's suffering. Cause Lloyd is here. And Owen's gonna go over and talk to Lloyd.
Please don't.
Owen can't hear you.
I know she can't. Rebecca can.
Rebecca can.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Lloyd Esquire is present.
Lloyd.
Guards!
Yeah.
Knights! Squire!
Hey, Vancouver by night. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it.
Hi, Vancouver by night.
Yeah.
Hello.
Let's see how it goes. Love your shows, by the way.
Very good.
All right. So,
Right.
Olwen, you're approaching Lloyd.
Yes. Oh, hello there. Lovely to see you again.
Oh, Lady Olwen. A pleasure.
Hi there. Well, I remember the last time we spoke. I mean, obviously, things ended not on a great note. It's good to see you again, all things considered.
Well, I'd say likewise. I'm glad that everything. I assume everyone is safe now in Barrowcrest. Was
Indeed.
it?
Most people got out all right. In a raid like that, some casualties ought to be expected. People keep reminding me that people die, but more people didn't. So
This is true. Very true.
were you still looking for people? In a sense of courting, because Beatrice is still available?
I'm not betrothed to anyone, if that's what you mean.
That is what I mean.
Is she tied here? Tied down to Summerland?
Yeah. So you asking if she's highborn or?
No. If you recall, he mentioned something about wanting adventure, wanting to go.
Adventure and exploration, yeah.
You know what? We should
Like
make an intrigue.
It's the Navy,
We should
sort
make
of.
an intrigue roll here, actually.
Sure.
Just for the
Go
round,
it.
and you can add your geniality.
Yeah.
So you're probably gonna pass.
Yeah.
+5.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure. So yeah, that's kind of, you get the impression he's probably talking about the trip to the mainland that he was referring to, the trip to Gaul.
Oh, right. Go.
Not to land. It sounds more like he's just a bit of a free spirit, kind of.
I think she would really like the adventure, honestly. I mean, I don't think she could be tied down if I tried. I mean,
He raises a brow.
I mean that she seems adventurous, right?
Right.
Anyway, I thought you were nice, and she's always been good to me. She's not afraid of anything. Well, she'll tell me exactly what I need to hear, even if I don't want to. She's always looking out for the best. And she's usually right. I don't always listen to her, but I should. It wouldn't hurt to speak with her. Speaking isn't a promise, right?
Is her family from good stock?
Depends on what you mean by that.
Well,
I think she's lovely.
I simply mean what I say.
She is not high-born, but she's very good.
Well, certainly if you've chosen her as your handmaid, it must mean something.
She's very good at it. There's no one else I'd want.
So with that passive intrigue, so you know he has naval experience, but he doesn't exactly have a ship that can sail to the mainland, right? So there's that look of disappointment is simply, fetching
He wanted someone to pay for his boat.
Yeah, but as much as that's the case, it doesn't seem like he's completely dismissive of it. It just seems like he's like that was part of that was one of the only ways in his brainstorming he ever thought he could succeed at that, right? Is an easy way out, right? Like, oh, I could get there if I marry the right person, right? But he's still showing a bit of interest. He says, perhaps you're right. Perhaps I should talk to her then.
It couldn't hurt. And, what's the worst that would happen, right?
Of course. What about you, Lady Owen? You must have every noble here in Summerland after you. I heard that there was some annoying knight from Salisbury, Sir Loof, I believe his name was, that was in pursuit of you as well.
Oh, God, I haven't thought of Loof for years. Ugh.
I'm sorry to bring that back into your memory.
It's fine. I'd rather think of his name years later than see his face. I mean, he hasn't pursued me for a while, so...
Well, I heard that...
I imagine he's moved on.
I heard that their Earl in Salisbury got attacked coming back south from a northern trip. Perhaps he died there, and then you'll never have to see him again.
Maybe. And, there's a weird look in her face. Like I wouldn't want it to happen like that,
Yeah.
She's like, oof. But she's trying to keep that mask, he doesn't sound malicious. He's just trying to be,
Yeah.
At least that's how she's rating it.
Is it in what he said, or is it still that guilt of the scenario she went through, the cruel scenario?
Yeah. It's her wrestling with the cruel thoughts as cold comfort.
I'm gonna test something. He doesn't pick up on it. Oh, well, very well. I didn't mean to
No,
say
of
anything
course not.
discourteous.
No, you're. There's no harm done.
Right.
As for my.
Well,
When the right one comes along, I'll know, I think. It just hasn't yet,
of course.
and that's alright.
He looks over and he's like, well, he reaches for his wine glass and then takes a big chug of it and then clears his throat and says, I
Go get him
suppose
tried.
I shall go flirt then. He says,
Bring an almond cake.
he stops and looks at you like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But we'll give.
Staring daggers through a camera at me.
We're gonna
I'd
give
just like
Beatrice.
to point out
Yeah.
that every time they looked over at me, I am face down on a table.
Yeah. That's a good point.
It's just like I'm conscious. I'm visibly conscious. I've taken a pasty from someone, but I'm very clearly like checked out. Oh,
Yeah, you are.
I hate your face so much. Oh, I thought I was done.
You get your own
No.
action unless you want this to be your action. If it makes the most sense.
She wasn't gonna do. I
Yeah.
was literally going to give up my round.
Yeah. I thought
It's like she's mentally over it. She's done.
you hear a
Back in,
voice.
baby.
A voice beside you. Like you feel someone sit down beside you on the bench. Like they clear the throat. Almond cake?
I sit up when I realize it's not Cadwigan or Doggett.
Yeah.
You're Emily
Lloyd.
needs to scroll. Yeah. You're Lloyd from the raid, right?
Well, technically I'm not from the raid, but yes, it's where
Well.
you know me.
Yeah. Sorry about that. That was unfortunate.
I hear the almond cakes are very good for absorbing the wine if you've had too much to drink today.
Believe it or not, I have had nothing to drink. She takes one anyway.
Yeah. Fair enough. Lady Owen said you like them very much.
You talked to Lady Owen.
Of course. I've talked to almost everyone here. Not you yet, of course, and of course not King Lot or his wife. Can you believe she's from Cornwall?
Oh, does the piece click?
Yeah, that would.
Because that was... We helped her father.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the piece clicks and she's gonna like look at her. She's the old Duke of Cornwall's daughter.
I think so.
Do you think she's happy?
I don't know much about the Northern King, but I wouldn't want to go that far north beyond Hadrian's Wall.
Yeah.
Besides, with all the rumors in the north these days, they say that all of Logris now is under threat from Saxons, and that the Northmen have just been allowing it to occur.
That sounds not ideal. I can't say I'm particularly surprised.
Yeah. I never met Uther, but he sure sounds like a prick.
Yeah, I've never met him either, but I would believe that he's a prick.
Father did meet him once, though, a very long time ago,
Yeah.
before he was king. They went over to Ireland together with Merlin, unless I don't know. Father could be making up this story. I realize that now.
I mean, if it's wild and far-fetched and includes Merlin, it's probably true.
He said they fought giants and brought back giant stones.
You know something? I've experienced weirder things. So, maybe believe it? Who knows? But it's been a weird several years. So,
I'm just
it's
testing.
the ominous that I can see that Bob is typing something.
I'm just testing something.
Yeah, that's why I know you're testing something. So I'll like see it appear and stop. I just want the chat to know how eerie it is because they can't see it, but I can.
It says, do you see that lady over there? And he points to some, actually, you know, he points to Maliri, whose eyes, like, as you look at her, her eyes look away.
Don't.
He asked if you see her, not if you know her.
If I see her. Oh, I thought he asked if I knew her. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know why, but she has been trying to talk to me all night, and I'd rather not. It's a long story.
Did you do something?
No. We had visitors from. It's complicated. Let's just say that she. Do you remember the old Duke? The one that was rumored to have come from Glevum? Came here to fight with Cadwy. He passed in the battle. And his duchy is contested. I think she serves Lady Helly. But
Yeah.
you see, we had a visitor at Father's home over the winter. Someone who's staying with us, actually. A friend of, well, the other side in the conflict. And I think that doesn't know I know who she is, or is going to try to get information from me. I'm just tired of the games. I thought perhaps instead, well, if you wouldn't mind helping a friend, would you care to dance?
I have no skill in dancing.
You do have a foreign genealogy, though.
I could get a whole 4, Bob.
Passion
She's going to
yourself,
look
Boy
at him.
Scout.
So, I'm going to be honest with you because I don't like feasts and things like this. Mostly because of the amount of people and, you know, the dance of it all. I can't dance. I'm a commoner. We don't really learn
Well, that's
How to
fine.
do that.
See those two? They can barely dance. That one
Lyrian.
can't really
Can-
dance. And then he points to like a knight who just toppled over, like drunk, and he says, "That one clearly can't dance."
Okay, so the bar is very low.
Indeed. Just don't light anyone on fire, and you should be good.
You know, with me, you'd never know that. All right, fine.
All right.
I
Now,
have to roll dancing.
yeah, I'll roll for him first.
Is he also going to be terrible?
Nope.
No.
So what I need from you, because he succeeded, I'll give you a +5 on top of it, because he's leading, so to speak. If you let him lead, of course, because if you resist it, then you can just roll flat without it.
No,
Which-
she has no idea what's going on.
I don't know with Beatrice. I want to just leave the option open just in case.
You're like, yeah, I have to leave the option there. 1, 2, 3, 4. You said plus another how much?
You get your geniality 4 and +5, so 9.
I would have a whole 10. I'd have a 50-50 shot.
You do a shot, and a failure doesn't necessarily mean that you're like embarrassing yourself. It just means you're not dancing well. Fumble means you embarrass yourself. There you go.
I did it.
And you can tick dancing.
Oh my god, I have a ticket. I'm gonna be at possibly a whole 2. I lied, I was at a 1. Who knows where my 1 came from?
All right. And he says, "So, are you from?" And he's like, "Are you from Barrowcrest?"
No.
The town
I'm like
nearby.
getting my town name out of my notes.
Well,
I'm from. Yep, I had it. I got to the page.
It's all good.
Thank you for telling me though, because I typically don't know anything. I'm from Wells.
Oh, Wells. Lovely town. A little far from the water for my preference, but
Yeah.
the ocean, I mean.
Oh yeah, it's nowhere near the ocean.
And can I tell you the truth myself?
Sure. We're escaping all the people. Why not?
Agreed. My father, he managed to earn nothing really. He inherited his late brother's manor when his brother failed to produce an heir. His brother was a knight. My father was not. Most of the inheritance was taken by raiders. Most of the raiders were Irish. And so is my mother.
Wait, I have to look at my sheet because I think I have a directed trait, which is really
Hate
unfortunate.
Irish?
It's an unfortunate. I do have hatred Irish. I sure do.
Please test your passion.
I sure do. I have never wanted to roll high so bad in my life. Thank you, hatred Irish. Because it just feels like kicking a man when he's down. He's like, my mom's also Irish. And I'd be like, yeah, I hate that. That sucks for you.
And
Fuck
to
you.
be, just to like elaborate too, it sounds like he's, Irish to these folk are very much foreign raiders, right? That's why the hate's there, because they've killed people your family knows, etc. Same with Saxons, same with Picts. But when he says it, he's not like super boastful about it. It's more like he's like, all right, let me tell you something some dirt on me, right? That's what that is. I mean, that can be used against him.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure most of the things I could tell you about me would, in all honesty, get me in a ridiculous amount of trouble. So, forgive me for not giving you something in return. Because I'm trying to think of something dirt-wise she has on herself that is not the fact that she casts spells regularly. It's like, surprise! I can do magic.
He nods to that and he says, "What about your mother and your father?"
I don't know who my father is. I'm starting to kind of ask a few more questions in that regard.
Your mother, a peddler, a merchant.
Oh, screw it. It's her, not me. I would just like to point that out. She's a healer of sorts. Kind of unorthodox sorts.
Well, they say the water in wells has healing properties. I don't know if that's true. But...
Yeah, she used to use a multitude of things. I haven't seen her since I left, which has been quite a while.
I see.
I was kind of brought to Barrowcrest. There wasn't really a choice in it. But Owen's nice enough. And the knights weren't necessarily in the beginning, one of them in particular, but now they're... I trust them.
Very good, very good. With that, the music changes, and so does the dancing. And the dance seems to be one in which people are passing off partners to other people. And
Oh, Lord.
need you to roll me a d4.
A D4. 4.
Thought that might be the case.
Are
So
you clairvoyant?
Lloyd, I know, right? I was just like, oh, as long as it's not a 4, that should be less scary for me. Lloyd ends up being passed off to Lady Maleri. Much to his
Oh, that
reluctance.
poor
Yeah.
boy.
And he looks back at you with frowny eyes, and then you kind of look at him briefly, and then you turn back to see who you're faced with, and you're faced with King Lot.
Oh, fuck. I'm the worst person. Are you kidding?
God.
What am I
spiritual
supposed to do
journey
with
watching this
that?
entire thing.
I do my awkward bow thing. I don't know.
And he does. Now I need you to make the roll, but this time you're not gonna get that +5. It's
No.
You can have your 6 though. It's just like a GM action.
I'm gonna inspire myself.
Oh my gosh.
Because, dear sweet God. Oh, wait, I need to add my geniality. Thank God. Thank you, horse god. This is a very scary experience for me.
Okay,
So that's
you
plus
may tick that too.
5. Oof. Okay. 5 plus. It's called Emily Can't Do Math, everybody.
Oh.
It's so on brand.
Yeah.
I wasted my inspiration for that.
You got a tick.
Dancing, how dare you? Horse god was helping me.
Yeah.
I mean, you pray to a horse god for dancing. What is this, dressage?
Listen, don't insult a horse god. Your rules
I
are gonna
love you.
suck for the rest of the night.
No!
As he swings you out for a moment with his hand, your whole body collides with a serving girl,
Yep, that's fine.
and wine goes everywhere
This is the
over
first time I've done it on accident. It's the first time, guys.
four nobles get drenched in wine as you hit.
Cool.
Uh,
You know,
Lot clears his throat and turns to move to the next person.
Can I go in for the save?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I'll just I don't know, take
go
her
dance
place.
with the king.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't-
Yeah.
Yeah, make a dancing roll with your bonus.
Yeah, I'd like to hide back at the table, please.
Not great.
Okay, but not bad. It's
It's because
Good
you
enough.
mocked horse god.
It is.
Beatrice is so Owen, you connect with Lot, and it's kind of like there's not a lot of conversation coming from him. He's actually rather quiet.
Yeah.
You
Owen
get
doesn't really care. She's more interested in getting the attention off of Beatrice, and maybe just trying to be like, oh wow, look at that. It's opportunist or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Like the audacity.
The audacity.
The audacity.
Okay. So we're just gonna wrap this up pretty quick, but
Yeah.
Beatrice, as you start to move back to the table, you hear someone clear their throat, clearly wanting to talk to you, and you're like, oh, who now?
Yeah, who next?
And it's Lot's wife.
Queen. I can't pronounce her name. I'm so sorry.
Margos.
Margos. Queen Margos.
Beatrice, right?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say thank you for helping my father.
I wish I could have done more. I was sad to hear about it.
She nods. He was a good man.
He was.
And with that, she walks off.
I will go back to laying my head on a table.
All right. And we're going to close out with those final geniality scores there. We're just going to we're not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I want to at least get through your, I can do the rest of the winter phase offline, but for now, I at least want to do the
Experience rolls.
Yeah, the experience rolls. So everything you got ticked, you may now start rolling it to see if you succeed. And just kind of announce it as you go. Maybe do one each and then
Roll selfish. I succeeded. Selfish goes up. Generous goes down. Do we want to trade off or?
Yeah.
You want me to just roll all of mine?
Oh, you're muted.
Hi. I said a whole thing.
Yeah.
So we're switching off every.
Yeah, if you could for now.
Okay. Mine's merciful. Oop, I forgot how to roll for a second, clearly.
Ooh.
Goes up
So that goes
and you take
up.
it again.
It makes sense.
All right, my next one is falconry. Oh my god.
Goes up and you take it again.
And these don't count for glory, right?
No. Actually, they don't.
Okay.
Okay, my next one is hospitality. How did we get that ticked? Who knows? Hey.
Goes up.
That's 0 in it.
Oh,
So
one.
Nice.
look at me go.
You're hospitable.
My next one
won.
is intrigue.
There you
I
go.
failed.
You're so
Oh,
excited.
yeah.
Anytime
Ah.
intrigue doesn't end up stabbing us in the back, we're like,
Ah. Ah.
I have
I didn't.
Horse God, who I want to succeed because I don't want it any higher.
Please,
I want it
Rhiannon,
to stay where it
please.
is. Thank you. Rebecca, please never make fun of Horse God again.
I wasn't making fun of the horse god. I just wanted to
You
make a
insulted
joke
the Horse
about.
God's dancing, and frankly,
No, I wanted to make a dressage joke.
that was upsetting.
I'm sorry. I will hide under my chair for the rest of. All right. My next roll is sight. I failed.
All right.
Okay. The next one, hilariously, is dancing,
Yeah.
which has a whole 1. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yay, let's go dancing. I have a 2 now.
Hell yes.
That wouldn't have saved me from that situation anyhow. Or Beatrice.
That's great.
Glamour. Failed.
Hey, look at you.
Look at me.
My next one is intrigue.
Hell yeah.
Hey!
Yeah!
Intrigue!
Let's go.
Intrigue buddy.
Listen,
Intrigue buddies.
I don't know how I love being an intrigue character. It's my favorite
It's
thing.
so fun.
I didn't mean to be here, but that's where I'm at. It's useful.
Mm-hmm. It's useful slinkery. I don't have anything else that is ticked.
Oh lord, I have a lot more ticked than I thought I did. Religion, British pagan. What does that mean?
Just a straight.
That's just a failure.
Yeah. So.
Okay. My site is not ticked. Fascinating.
Your site should absolutely be ticked for that.
It should be ticked.
Okay. Wow.
Nice, nice, nice.
Site, that was upsetting. Alright, I think I only have 1 more. I do. I have protect, ticked, shocker. It's the only skill I use. Hey!
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
first famous trait, or second famous trait.
And I believe that is it for me. Yes, that is it.
Okay. Now you each get to decide if you want to, where you want to invest. So you can do a single point into any of, basically anything. If it's a 15 or higher. Sorry, let's start this over. I've got an easy way to deal with this. I have this on a map for us. It's Let's go there real quick. Okay. So essentially, where is it? It's on this map. Experience checks. Training is what's called. Experience improvements down here. So you can choose to have 5 skill points that you can put anywhere as long as the skill's less than 16, so 15 or under. You can put 1 skill point in anything greater than 15, or you can put 1 attribute or passion up by 1.
I'm doing the 5 skill points because that's what I always do.
Yeah.
And it has served me well. What is my sight at?
Your sight is now officially too high to be raised.
It is.
It's 16 now.
How dare it?
So, it's 15 equal to or greater than 15, or
When this chart is greater than 15.
or greater than. So, okay.
So you can raise things up to 15, but they can't go higher unless you're
Raise
using...
things up to 15. Yeah, that's what I was asking. Cause like, got it. Okay. Yeah. Right. I think I'm gonna do distaff up to 15, which will spend 3 points for me. And then I am gonna put I'll put 2 into dancing.
Yeah, after tonight's dancing debacle, someone's got to put
I-
points in dancing, and Lord knows it's not me.
Owen needs dancing.
Poor Beatrice. She was starting to actually have fun there first.
I
She rolled
think
the worst number.
Yeah.
It's like, here's the person you don't want to talk to, and a person I certainly did not want to talk to.
That's probably what did it. Like, psyched her out. Have to
Oh
deal
yeah,
with the king.
entirely. Like, it was like a king. It was like watching him get past the person he didn't want to be with, and she was like, "Oh no!" Like, that's the worst option. And then she turned around. She was like, "This is the worst option."
Yeah.
Never mind. Random king, definitely not the person I need to be dancing with. Okay. So 1, 2, 3.
Meow 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 meow. Should I? 'Cause I think Bowie has a ticked skill from last year
I wouldn't worry too much
do I
about the secondary characters.
watch you?
Next time we play them, we'll just get them up to date, kind of thing. So just leave their checks.
Gotcha.
All right. Are there any? I can let you decide on what you're gonna spend unless you know what you're spent on.
I think I can tell you what I'm spending on.
Okay.
So I'm going to put. Hope I wrote it down. I'm going to find it. I'm putting 1 point into healing magic. 1 point. Where did it go? 1 point into control fairy creature.
Yeah.
That
might
feels
come in
like it's going to
handy.
be pertinent, doesn't it?
You don't know.
Listen, it was sounding like she was giving a resounding yes. I'm putting a point in awareness. And then I think I'm going to put... We were talking about my love of intrigue. I think I'm going to put 2 in intrigue and put it to the place where I cannot put points in it anymore.
Makes sense.
Let's go. Intrigue.
And that would be my
bros.
5. I am out.
I think you're missing one talent.
Mhm.
I think you're missing a talent.
Is it the empty one at the bottom?
It
Is
could
that what's
be.
making you think that?
You should have travel.
Travel?
I'll go back and look at that episode, the one where Nineveh. I thought I gave you like a test there when Nineveh guided you through the lake to retrieve Duke Orlois.
Yeah, I don't remember anything, but I could honestly be wrong.
I'll go back and look. Maybe you didn't get
Yeah,
one.
and
I
then
thought
I'll
I had
adjust. I'm writing down what I put in my points in, and I'll just adjust as I need to.
It would only be a 1 anyways if you had it.
Yeah.
Cool. And then what about you, Owen? Rebecca,
What about me?
what are you spending on?
I put 3 in distaff, bringing me to 15, and then I put the other 2 into dancing.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's go ahead and do some outros so we can get Emily to bed.
Yeah, go
and
bed.
We can all go to bed too. But it's not 3 a.m. where we are.
Yeah.
I lost the time zone game.
All right.
Nerd.
We'll start with you, Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Rebecca, and I played Olwyn. I stirred a little bit of shit tonight, and it was fun. And yeah, I'm excited to see where things go. I'm scared. I'm really scared. This was the gift that the Goblin Knight had. Man. All right, it's cool though.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be
It's gonna be
totally fine.
Nothing bad. Nothing
No,
bad.
not at all.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Unseelie.
We really just went after Ranway hardcore for like going into situations, like just like jumping into random situations. And she gonna get back, and we've jumped into a lot of situations. Oh God.
It's true.
Oops.
Oops. What?
Oh, oops! Jumping into situations.
Yeah. That's fair. I am a lot more tired than I thought I was. I'm starting to really feel it all of a sudden. So,
Emily time.
Emily, your shout outs.
Hi, I'm Emily. I played Beatrice. This was an interesting experience. I feel like I might have a little bit of whiplash. It's a lot of really weird, like, odd encounters. It was so much fun, but I feel like Beatrice emotionally has whiplash from the last, like, bit here. But yeah, great game as always. Super fun. Join the Discord.
Join the
It's super fun
Discord.
as well. I was gonna say, Rebecca can do the links.
Yeah. I'm on it, baby.
Awesome.
Got it. See, I can plug things. Totally.
Appreciate it. All right.
The only time I plug something. Follow us on Twitch. Follow us on YouTube.
If you liked tonight, we do this every most Tuesdays, not every Tuesday, but most Tuesdays. We have a sibling game to this that runs on Sundays. It's more about King Arthur, Uther, Excalibur, and that side, where this is exploring more the magic side of England during the same time. They are linked, and there's crossovers. In fact, one of our 3 players is over being a crossover character in the other side for a couple of weeks. So we'll be welcoming back Megan, but maybe not next week for sure. Maybe not in the end of Thinning Mist. It might be actually in Anarchy, where we explore that. So
We're so screwed without Iranwi.
We have Open Pendragon as well. It's our community stream. With that, we mostly just we play within the same world. There are a number of players that have joined, and it's more like a drop-in Pendragon. But we try to give the people that are fans of the stream a bit of flavor and a bit of importance to the world, connectedness to the world. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna keep it there. Let's all go to bed. Goodbye. Take care.
Bye.